Good morning. What a great day. People have asked me, why in the world do you want to run for Congress? And the answer is simple. I want to build the biggest bridge ever that is connecting reality to Washington, D.C. That is the problem, though, the disconnect between Washington and here. Picture a bureaucracy who keeps creating program after program, and then with me as a businessman here in Iowa trying to create jobs. You have an administration who really thinks it's the purpose of government to solve every one of our problems and to kind of scatter the wealth around to his buddies, and versus us here in Iowa trying to overcome that red tape and overcome that bureaucracy and try to grow businesses. So I'm not sure if in the history of our company, our country, we've ever had such a big disconnect between Washington and we the people here in Iowa. But what better way to bridge that gap than to send a bridge building to Washington, D.C. Some of you have heard my bio, and you can find out more information on our website, cramerforcongress.com. But the short version is that I grew up outside of West Des Moines, here, youngest of 6 kids. I grew up with a family where my parents had experienced the American dream, and they raised us with faith in God and taught us how to give back to others. I've never seen a more generous couple than those two. Well, I went to school in Johnston for high school, went to Iowa State, graduated in construction engineering, and now co-president of Cramer Associates, which is a bridge construction company. But I'm finding it's harder and harder to grow a business here in Iowa with all this stuff coming out of Washington. The original intent of our federal government was really just to protect our rights and to protect those unalienable rights that we had. But instead, this administration seems bent on crushing those rights and putting up roadblocks to our businesses. We just finished a bridge out in Fremont, Nebraska last year, where we literally had to spend, and the taxpayers had to pay for an extra $2 million because they wouldn't let us touch the sand. This is the Platte River. There's 200 miles of sand there. But because of the pallid sturgeon fish, they were worried they might want to spawn in that little 100-foot area. They said, no, you can't touch the sand. You have to build a temporary bridge to get out into the river to build the final bridge. It's just amazing at the lengths that they're going to make it difficult, and spending more and more of our money. We've got to do something different. Everywhere I go and talk to people, what are the issues? I hear a reoccurring theme. Enough is enough. And I agree. The government's trying to do too much, they're spending too much, they're taxing too much, and they're mandating too much. I agree. Enough is enough, and something's got to be done different. We, to what end are we fighting for then in America? What is our vision? Well, we need a 5-year plan to balance this budget and to start reducing that crushing debt. We need to remove incredible roadblocks like Obamacare and replace it with some marketplace solutions that can really help people with their needs, but not taking over our economy. We need to, what if we could remove that fear of a cap and trade? We could really get this economy going again. If I ran my business like the federal government, I'd go bankrupt. If the government would start to run like my business, we could all prosper and we could all benefit. We need someone who understands business to go to Washington and try to get America on a different path. We want a limited government and an unlimited opportunity for all of us here in the 3rd District as well as across America. This administration seems proud of the number of people that are helping on food stamps. I want to help people get off of food stamps and get a job. With a job comes pride. We can restore America's pride again. I haven't given up on this, the greatest country on earth. We can still turn the ship around. The Ford Motor Company has those commercials comparing or and they said, what if it was nuts or bolts? And they show their swimming pool falling apart. Well, they say and is better. Well, in Republican politics, so many times we have to choose between the business guy or the guy who will fight for our social values and our fiscal values. Well, so many times we're forced to choose between moral clarity or our children's prosperity. Well, I say and is better. We can do both. We can bring the whole thing to the table, and we can, and is better. I'm the only businessman. I'm the only businessman outsider in this race. If we're going to change Washington, we have to change who we're going to send to Washington. I will go there. I will fight for life. I will fight for the family, and I'll fight to turn this economy around. If you'll join with me, I need your help. I appreciate you help me tell Washington that enough is enough. You help me bridge this this gap between reality and DC. Thanks for everything you're doing today, and hope you have a great day, and hope you'll join with me in this fight. Thanks so much.